court, proceedings at the end. But again, it's not necessarily Victorian era, warnings that he's giving this child, but he's writing this love story, this love letter to, empowering this young woman to face things against all odds. So that's why I love to read it, or listen to it if you have to. That's a lovely way to hear it. Anyway, because actually this was riffed off of an ad-lib story that the author told a young lady off the cuff one day on a boat ride, and she asked him to write it down for her. So this is so much more than just a girl falling into a well or a rabbit hole, you guys. And then it speaks very much to ASD, autism, because we are, as I think I mentioned, frequently challenged by things that to us seem completely illogical. And we are always pressing into or leaning into, whether it's outwardly or inwardly, where is the logic? This does not match up with my logic. And there doesn't seem to be any reasoning here. And I'm not seeing a moral in what you're, there's some, we don't take cues that in ways that you might expect. That's our experience. So we are Alice in Wonderland in living color. We really are. Perhaps this is why the ASD connection with Alice and with this story, this moralless story that is so full of, look, the end of the story, and she goes through this metamorphosis in my eyes, in this evolution, where at the end she is protecting gardeners from the royal guards in their face about how she is now learning to get used to all the queer things. And she's now not only being contrary, but being combative. And she's taking their own lack of logic that they're piping her and using it against them. And it short circuits them in the end. And what happens? Poof, she wakes up in her sister's lap. Unreal, man. The ending really kind of says it all for me after all of this. And this comeuppance that she has, that this young woman, so empowered by this experience down a rabbit hole, comes out of it. And one of the last things that she says is I don't have to be afraid of you. You're only a pack of cards. Now, literally, of course, in the story, the Queen of Hearts and all that, but she's also talking at the moment during the kangaroo court at the end. I don't need to fear you. You're only a pack of cards. I don't know. It's so chock full of lessons. I can only encourage you to read the story. It is indeed, arguably my favorite work of fiction. Calming down the enthusiasm here. And I just so very much identify with Alice and this playbook I've tried to pass on to my son in vis-a-vis what I've told you about. You must learn to outsmart life, because it will teach you to be bold enough to even protect the gardeners from the royal guards. All right, I could go so many directions with this, but this is, I don't know. This is as far as I can take it without keeping you here for an hour. So I hope you was entertained. No, I hope there was some takeaway for you. I hope maybe you'll be encouraged to read it, listen to the audiobook, study some of the backdrop of the story, and get your own takeaway. All right, thanks so much today for tolerating me and my enthusiasm. I hope, as I said, you're well. Take good care of yourself and those around you. Tomorrow, predictably, unpredictably predictable. Same menu. And in the meantime, I love you. Bye.